So I present to you the Paul McCartney singles box, 80 singles, a self-celebration of Paul McCartney of his 80th birthday this year. And he put together this package I will get to in a moment. So I'll do an unstrapping video in a way. But first, just briefly, let me show you this box. This is one of the drawers of 45s I have already in my possession, in my collection of Paul McCartney's singles. I'm not going to go through them all, but everything from With a Little Luck, my first trip in 1978 to the UK, London. This is one of two songs I heard on the radio. My first day coming into London from Heathrow, it was With a Little Luck, and I also heard Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush. I bought these both on Oxford Street at HMV, or was it Virgin Megastore, one of the two on Oxford Street. Mary Had a Little Lamb he did for his children. I could go on and on in this box, definitely. Give Ireland Back to the Irish. Listen to What the Man Said. And the Frog Chorus. He does great children's songs. People get all wonky because it's Paul McCartney doing songs for kids. Only Love Remains. You know, some of these you've seen. Stranglehold. So basically what you're probably asking, why do you need this box when you have many of these yourself? Multiple copies of picture sleeves in some cases, but this is a Paul McCartney deep dive. Eat at Home, Smile Away. Big collection, big collection. Waterfalls, great single from this one, limited edition, full color postcards. So basically I have a lot of Beatle crap, a lot of Paul McCartney stuff, all the way going up to Record Store Day and beyond. So that gives you the idea. So in a way, I've had this McCartney box, 80 plus, I probably have 100 here. Now just to give you a little background, this isn't the entire collection of McCartney singles. Some say, well, if you're gonna go at 80, why don't you go to 100 or 110 or whatever he actually put out. He put these out in various countries, various configurations, but this is the box. It is smaller than the Uber box. I don't know if size matters. Always trying to compete with George Harrison doing a big box. At the very end, I'll do a little comparison. You'll see a still of the size comparison. McCartney 80 versus Uber. Not that it's a competition. Music is never a competition. But let's unstrap this mother. So it's not everything. He chose these singles from his vast array of singles since 1970 of solo work. Solo and with Wings and collaborations. So here we go. Handmade boxes, so every cover fits every box, in theory. Now this does have a test pressing, which I haven't seen yet, so you're gonna find out which test pressing I got. Obviously 80 singles, or at least 80 times as many test pressings. I don't know if it's evenly divided until you get to 3,000 box sets. Here is the MPL 87-inch book that goes through every picture cover, talks about who worked on every single, who worked on the engineers, the musicians, when it came out, if it was on an album or not. Really kind of a cool book, huh? Look at this. I mean, I think a lot of collectors would love to just buy this book, right? Very lovely art piece. Craft cover. That's a craft style cover there. Goes by decades. There you go, Paul McCartney. There is the book. So let's see what test pressing. I'm guessing this is the test pressing. The unveiling here. Mazzy's test pressing. Which one would you like? Which record would you like as a test pressing? It is In the Blink of an E. In the Blink of an E is the test pressing I got. Acetate. Not sure what's on the B side here. if there is a song on the B-side or it's the same on both. I don't know, I have to listen to that later. Now, I don't want to spend an hour going through everything here. Let's see. Another Day, Old Woman of Why. Too Many People, Uncle Albert. Heart of the Country, Backseat of My Car. Another test pressing? No. Oh, Love is Strange. I love his version of Love is Strange. And Mickey and Sylvia's song. Everly Brothers did that song. Of course, my favorite Wings album is, when I Am Your Singer, is Wildlife. Goodbye, Run Back to the Irish. Mary Had a Little Lamb. Hi, 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 great song. Sea Moon, great song. Love that. Now, these are covers that were from different countries, plus the later ones that weren't ever out in singles. They did covers. My Love and the Mess, Paul McCartney and Wings, of course. The Mess is a great live single. Live and Let Die. Helen Wheels, of course, a country dreamer. Helen Wheels was added to the American Band on the Run. Jet. And Let Me Roll It. Band on the Run, 1985. You see it before I do, so do I have to mention anyone? Mr. Vanderbilt, Bluebird. Junior's Farm, Sally G. Sally G is a great, great country song. Just a B-side, what a great B-side. He had great B-sides. Listen to What the Man Said. I forgot what's on the B-side. This is the Australia version in terms of the cover. This is, so it talks about every country in the back. I'm not mentioning them all. This is German. This is Letting Go, You Give Me the Answer. There's Wings, Magneto, and Titanium Man. Rock Show, the concepts from Venus and Mars, of course. Speed of Sound, Silly Love Songs. Cook of the House, the Linda song that people love to hate or hate to love. Let 'Em In, Beware My Love. Japanese, Maybe I'm Amazed and Soily. This is from the Wings Over America live versions. Mulligan Tire. Now, I think the Americans like this a lot because the Brits are so tired of this friggin' song, but I think it's a beautiful, beautiful song. And it wasn't big here, but it was actually one of the biggest singles at the time in the UK. Girls' School, what a great rocker that is too, Girls' School. With a little luck. There we go, Backwards Traveler, and the Cufflink from London Town. Deliver Your Children, which is the Denny Lane song, and I've Had Enough. Had enough? Yeah, I've had enough. London Town, again, this is sentimental because it's the first album I got and was coming out right my first 1978 March. I think I went to the UK for the first time, and I'm carrying around that time, March or April maybe, I can't remember exactly. This is looks like a French one, Path of Maconi, and this is Good Night Tonight. These are really heavy stock too. Old Siamser and Spin It On. I like that. That's from Back to the Egg. I'm a fan of that album actually. Baby's Request also from Back to the Egg. It's with Lawrence Juber. That was right before they're gonna go on tour, and Paul got busted for pot. Arrow Through Me and Oh Siamser again. Now, I like this single. Everyone hates it. Everyone hates it. The worst Christmas single? No, Patsy and Elmo. Grandma Got Run Over is the worst single. This is actually a fun little song. I like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reggae, that dub track, the B-side. Of course, Coming Up, and the live version of Coming Up. Waterfalls, beautiful, from the 80 McCartney. Check My Machine. Now, Check My Machine is really, he was checking his machine. There's a long version of that, 12-inch. I have a lot of these 12-inch singles. I have Temporary Secretary, 12-inch single as well. Import, B-side with Secret Friend. God, faster. Ebony and Ivory. Take It Away. I'll Give You a Ring. Tug of War and Get It. Say, Can't Stand It. Although it's better than you think it would be, but it's kind of, I don't know. That chasing those hits with Michael, I'm not a big fan of personally. Pipes of Peace, beautiful song, beautiful song. What's the B-side of this? So Bad, that's a great song too. Eric Stewart from 10cc was playing with him then. Now, I love No More Lonely Nights, and it's got the play-out version. It's got that great guitar lead of David Gilmour from Pink Floyd. Terrible movie, though. Again, this is fun for kids. Come on, how can you not like this for kids? Enjoy it. This is one of his worst songs ever from this horrible movie, Spies Like Us. Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd. Hate this song, hate this movie. But then we got some foam in here, foam padding. We got Press to Play. Press, I love this album actually. Hugh Padgham worked with XTC and a lot of great bands, a lot of new wave. You know, Paul did occasionally go for the producer du jour for a while, but I like this album, Pretty Little Head. It's experimental, doesn't always work, but it's kind of a cool record. Let me take this foam out. We got McCartney foam, that's specially designed McCartney foam. No all soy product, no meat byproducts in this foam. We got Stranglehold, again, from Press to Play. I love that album. I think it's gonna get a reevaluation at some point. Only Love Remains with Tough on the Tightrope. Once Upon a Long Ago, it was only used in a movie. It's, what's the movie? The movie with you know, the movie with the Back on My Feet. The movie with, you know, Shirley MacLaine's brother, Warren Beatty, I think. There we go. My Brave Face. I like this song too. I think it's a great single. Now this is great. This one in the First Stone. I like this. I like he went with this sort of Indian motif, a very George. You'd think this was a George Harrison single, obviously, because of the artwork. Same with Figure of Eight. That's when Hammer Stewart was in the band, that tour. I saw a couple of shows at that period. Hammer Stewart from Average White Band. What is this? I've never seen this. Party Party. Off the top of my head, I forget what this is. See? I know a lot about the Beatles and McCartney, but I'm apt to forgetting things too. Put It There. That's a great song too. I like this song. Mama's Little Girl. It was a B-side, never an album. Long and Winding Road. This is the live version, I think. Mixed by Bob Clearmountain. And Sea Moon live. Oh yeah, this is the one of his live shows he keeps putting out on. Live Birthday and Good Day Sunshine. All My Trials and Sea Moon, again live. We did a series of live things he was doing here. This is his, the World You're Coming Into, and from Liverpool Oratorio. He did a series of classical and classical pop records. I think it's kind of interesting. Not always successful, but some of them are really beautiful. So I think it's cool. I've never seen the single of that. Hope and Deliverance. I have a 12-inch of this, and I have the single with Long Lethal Coat. People Come On. I Can't Imagine. Young Boy. What a great song this is. Looking for You. I love this. This is produced by Paul McCartney, and Steve Miller does the backing vocals and guitar. Looking for You. Ringo, Paul, and Jeff Lynne. Produced by Paul and Jeff Lynne. The World Tonight. That's a beautiful cover. Nice picture. There you go. Another one of that. Beautiful Night. What's the difference in there? Different B-side. Love Come Tumbling Down. That's kind of a nice retro thing. This must be from the, what is this one from? From the Brown Eyed Handsome Man. This is from the Covers record. I'm blanking out right now. The Covers record anyway. It's a retro thing. Love this, Paul McCartney. The retro, you know, the retro oldies record. See, I'm Not Perfect. From a Lover to a Friend, a beautiful song, not one of my favorite. But Riding into Jaipur, I love that. It's another, it just seems so influential of George Harrison, him doing that Eastern sound, raga rock, and with a little bit of a drone folk thing. Love that song. It's a beautiful song. Again, Rupert the Bear. We All Stand Together. I mean, that's kind of a nice thing. Fine Line. This is kind of a nice simple picture with Growing Up Falling Down as a B-side. Jenny Wren. Now, okay, I need to come in here just so you see my expression and my sincerity. I think Jenny Wren is the best recorded song, record produced that McCartney did in the last 30 years, 25 years. It's the way the guitars, the arrangements. It could have been off the Beatles' White Album, like it's very 1968 Paul McCartney. It's beautifully recorded. He plays these beautiful other wind instruments on it. And it's just a great song. If you haven't heard Jenny Wren, you owe it to yourself to listen to that song. It's a gorgeous, perfect McCartney pop melody and record. Dance Tonight, I like this song too. Remember, in Dance Tonight demo, this is where he sold the Apple iPod and iPods or something, you know. Everybody's gonna dance your. This is great. I don't think I've seen this cover. Which country was this from? Beautiful. Was this ever a cover? See, there's people out there. Now, let me say this, because there's some of these Beatle McCartney freaks that know more than I do about, oh my God, there's 6 seconds left off this version and 10 seconds in that mix. I don't know all that shit. I'm first generation Beatles shit, but I don't know all that shit. And it really doesn't matter to me most of the time. I'm gonna play these this weekend. I'm gonna, you know, 45s are best when you have friends over and you blast the shit and you just play it on. That's what I'm gonna do. Ever Present Past, House of Wax, one of my favorite songs off that album. And he did that also on the Amoeba Live show. Sing the Changes, Nothing Too Much, Just Out of Sight, radio edit. What a wild, wacky song it is. Now, again, I would argue that Electric Arguments, which is the third Fireman record, not Fireman Rushes In, the third Fireman record, possibly is the best McCartney album of the last quarter century also, last 30 years. And that's the one that was put under the name Fireman Electric Arguments. I love this, and Sing the Changes is catchy, it's thematic, it's dramatic, it's wild. Nothing too much, just out of sight. Intense thrasher opens up that record, and it's so good. I Want to Come Home demo. Beautiful covers. I can't remember, but these must be the covers that are never issued. Yeah, because they're all kind of similar. My Valentine, of course, he wrote that beautiful ballad for Nancy. It's on his kind of covers. Really beautiful record at the Capitol Tower. I think Capitol Studios, who recorded that with Dinah Krall on piano and her trio, or trio, I guess. The Christmas song, Chestnuts, from the same album, and Wonderful Christmas Time. New. I'm not a huge fan of this album. I like some of it, early days, but I know a lot of people really like it. Queenie Eye. I like Queenie Eye, though. I think that's a fun song. And Save Us. Maybe I'm getting a little more into it now. Home for the Future. This is the video game. I have a 12-inch of this. He wrote this for a video game. It's featured in Destiny, the video game. In the Blink of an Eye. That's a beautiful animated, what a great illustration that is. Walking the Park with Eloise, of course. Walking the Park with Eloise. You know, they should have put on here the Susie and the Red Stripe single. Don't Know, Come On to Me, obviously from Egypt Station. Love this record. It's for you, you know, and it's kind of a cool. It's a good record. It's really a good record. Okay, this one, Home Tonight in a Hurry. I showed you, I think, an original of that. Find My Way, Winter Bird. This is from the McCartney 3. That's great. I love the Ed Ruscha cover, the artist who did those 3 variations on the cover. I think it's really done nicely. Did he do this too? But anyway, I love that 3 dice concept. Women and Wives. I think this was issued as a record store day, some version of this, but it's great that it's in here. And that is it. That is the box. That is 80 singles of Paul McCartney. This holds the same thing, so it's no different. It's a nice way to store this stuff. And there's no excess, there's no gnomes in this one, and no vegetarian takeout this time. Thanks for watching. Mazzy loves you.